We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi.
Oh hi, oh hi, oh hi, oh hi, oh hi, oh
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi. How we doing?
I don't know.
Wow, this is a rare day. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for our second podcast episode here in about a week stretch. You lucky dogs.
You crazy dinosaurs. It's good times.
We just couldn't resist getting away from the board for too long because we are currently en route to Minnesota. And nothing better to kill a 16-hour bus ride than to listen to a Brahmas
17.
podcast. 17-hour.
Longer if, there's some unexpected.
Oh, my gosh. You
Yeah.
better knock on wood there.
You're so right.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how NASCAR the bus driver really wants to go.
That's true as
I
well.
mean,
It depends on the bus driver as well, like who's driving the bus.
This is very true. Very true.
Now, if Chad Stewart was driving the bus, we might get there in about 13 and a half.
Not a chance. It'd take us 3 days because there'd be so many detours. There's so many great golf courses on I-35 we'd be pulling over for.
The world's largest beaver statue? Well, we
I
got to
mean,
see it.
Pull over for that. Sorry, boys.
All right,
it's good
call the
times.
rink, tell them we'll cancel practice. We'll just go to the games. But anyways, we obviously have the showcase going. Enough bantering there. The Brahmas, Lone Star Brahmas, that is, are heading up to Minnesota as we speak to go take on the New Jersey Titans, the Brookings Blizzard, the Minnesota Magicians, and then a good old rematch against the Rebels. Not the Aston Rebels. They're now the Philadelphia Rebels. They rebranded over the summer. As the joke goes, the Brahmas beat them so bad they had to change their name because of it. So kudos to the Brahma fans there. I like that one. I definitely like that one.
Yeah, that's good.
That'll get a broadcast plug for sure at one point.
Absolutely.
But that'll be a fun one on Saturday. And the Texas Brahmas are back at home, by the way, this weekend. So if you want some hockey on Saturday night and Sunday afternoon, you can hit that up at NITEX.
And speaking of this weekend, Nick, sponsoring this show coming out this weekend, the Lego Ninjago movie. Follow the tale of Lloyd as he becomes the Green Ninja and battles the evil warlord Garmadon. September 22nd in theaters near you. Back to you, Nick.
Is Lloyd going to say, "Oh, hi, Garmadon"?
He might.
Oh, hi.
He might. You know what? We're going to go, as an outro, we're going to go out with a little Lego Ninjago soundtrack because the kids and I were bumping that in the car this weekend. It's pretty good. It's legit, as Megan Kim would say.
So I guess here, let's see the update for both teams. Texas Brahmas, NA3HL, 1-1, lost 1 to Mid-Cities on the weekend. And the Lone Star Brahmas, 1-1 and lost 1. But the difference was their loss came in a shootout. Mitchell Gibson was stellar in net.
Oh, man, yeah.
And he was actually named the South Division Star of the Week for his 46-save outing over the 2 games, and as Megan pointed out, leads the league in shutouts. 2 games in, 2 shutouts. Good for him.
Not bad.
It's a pretty good start. I don't know how much better you can be.
Yeah, probably not too much. Well, scouts don't need to be focusing on him anyways. He already has a college commit. But
this is true. Well, I mean, it's never too early for NHL.
Yeah.
Eyes
Well,
to
USHL too, I guess, technically. He still has another year or two eligibility
he's a
if he wants.
99, so.
Yeah, so he has 2 more full years if he outside of this one if he wants it.
Yeah, he wouldn't even be an overager.
That's pretty incredible.
That's crazy. It's true. He wouldn't even be an overager next year, so good for them.
So, and then, of course, Fonger's number is now in the rafters there
Yes.
in the Hirsch Coliseum.
Real cool.
Yeah.
Real cool. What do you think about that, Megan?
I thought it was really neat. It was definitely cool. The fans were really into it. Like, they clearly remember him from his days there. Like,
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of history behind that for sure. And they had some good little video montages and stuff up there. So it was neat, especially I haven't really seen Dan play. I've seen clips here and there that he's showed me in his mic'd up video and things like that. But it was kind of neat to see some of those memorable moments.
That is the
for
kind
him.
of player that you remember.
Yeah.
For sure.
No
I mean,
kidding.
You like
So-
goals, he's got goals. You like assists, he's got assists. You like fights,
He has
go there
those.
too.
He has those too. It was really nice, and like his family was there, and you know
Yeah,
the
that's
fans
great.
and his team got to see it.
Yes.
I don't know if you were watching. If you guys were watching, he like closed off his speech by turning to the bench and telling the boys to back check. So
That was pretty funny because I had a good coaching thing. But it was a good job of the Mudbugs overall. Like,
yeah, it was really nicely done. I thought.
Yeah, they-
real great organization. Good
Yep.
job there. Two funny things to add to from Dan's speech. Sorry for those who were watching on Hockey TV and couldn't quite get the audio. We understand we couldn't plug into the PA system. Sorry about that. But Dan, the two funny things were, well, not funny, but Dan said it was really cool because his kids never got a chance, Nolan and Riley never got a chance to see him play.
Yeah.
So he's like, you could tell it was a really special moment for him when he was just talking about it, that they got a chance to kind of experience that and see that a little bit. Obviously, Megan there was there as well. Megan, his wife, not Megan Kim next to us.
Right.
There. And, well, Megan was there too. And Mom flew down, so it was a whole family thing. And it was really cool when I asked him, the running joke was like, what do you miss about Shreveport? Like, what's your favorite spot here? How's it like coming back? Like, I know you came back last year. And he's like, honestly, like the penalty box. He's like, they should name the penalty box after me. I'm surprised they haven't yet. And I'm like, that's pretty funny.
That's true. That is a place he spent many hours.
True.
Yeah, we should calculate that. But
Yeah.
it was really nice. It was good, and I think they did that. They went back and they extended the intermission a little bit.
Yes.
For it, and then when the boys came out, they scored like 2 minutes in and didn't look back. So.
I will do one thing. We all thought it was weird. It was between the first and second period because coaches are like, they got to talk to the kids. They got to get them ready to go for the next period. It was a very nice move that they let the players stay on the bench. Because it would have been a little awkward if they were like, all right, Zernis, you and the Mudbugs, like, go get an advantage over Dan. Like, don't watch this. Like, go practice. So everybody had to stay on the ice level to watch the ceremony, whether they wanted to or not. Obviously, most of them, like, enjoyed it. They were all on one knee.
Yeah.
Like, tuning in.
They
listening.
all came and like shook Dan's hand afterwards. Like
Yeah,
it was
that was
it was
very
like a neat like kind of like team history moment where they all came in and
Yeah.
kind of like congratulated Dan. It was like really cool. I liked it a
and,
lot.
like, thanks for paving the path for me right now.
Right.
It's like when when Craig Menard, one of Dan's teammates with Shreveport, when he retired here, his last game, or actually his retirement ceremony was against Shreveport, and it was the same kind of thing. He was out on the ice, but we did it pregame. But so after his speech, and we did the city proclamation and unveiled the framed jersey and everything that went along with it, both teams came up and shook his hand and everything.
That's really neat.
So it was good. But to peel the curtain back a little bit, in the NAHL, you give the other team the option usually on something like that. So, for example, our raising the banner ceremony and all that on October 20th, which you'll be able to buy tickets to soon.
Yay.
That we will give Corpus the option: do you want to come out and sit on the bench, or do you want to stay in the locker room?
Sure.
Of which course they'll sit in the locker room
Sure.
most definitely. But we give them the option. So it's interesting to do it first intermission in Shreveport, but.
Right.
It paved the way where both teams could be out there.
It made sense, too. I think they just want to make sure with being the first game of the season, they want to make sure the crowd was there.
Yeah, they wanted butts in seats for it.
For sure, and that
basically,
makes
so.
total sense.
Yes, it did. It was like a little weird for sure with like the pacing and timing of like the game overall, but like as far as like where to put the ceremony, like they did a good job, I thought.
Yeah, that organization does. I mean, all the way around. I mean, we knew when they were coming in the league they would be good, just from any of us that had experience with them.
Yeah.
And they were always great. So kudos to them, and kudos to Dan for having the old number 10 hung on the rafters.
It's cool.
Next
It's
to
really cool.
his buddy and former Brahma, Kenny Carroll.
Yes. He spoke, and Menard that you just mentioned was on they both had a
good
Jumbotron presentation because they couldn't make it there. But
Good. Yeah,
that was
Kenny
neat.
Carroll working with the Dallas Stars organization, and Menzie, I think, is coaching the Keller High School club.
Yeah.
So good stuff.
But obviously, both those coaches now are up to. That's in the past, and they're focusing now on Blaine. We don't have to touch on the showcase too much, but maybe just like let's get an idea from each of us of maybe what we're looking forward to based on what we know this showcase can provide.
Yeah, so we know. Yeah, we could go ahead and do that. I know last year.
We're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh, good grief. So we know last year a couple of guys definitely like opened some scouts' eyes while there. Most notably, probably like Simon Loof and Justin Adamo really kind of showed there and caught the eyes of a lot of the guys watching. And both of them committed very early, right? So like Loof and then Adamo
they're
were
both
like the
before
first
holidays.
two, right?
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so like I think it definitely goes to show that this is a huge opportunity for guys to be able to show what they've got in front of, like it's very centralized, right? So as opposed to like a scout having to come out and make the trip, and maybe there's like 4 or 5 schools in the stands. It's literally like practically all the, D1, D3 schools, some NHL scouts sprinkled in.
25 D1 commits in the past 2 years from this team, so
good.
I would imagine that it's a pretty safe bet to watch a Brahmas game and at the showcase if you're a scout, and you could probably just point your finger at anybody and they would be worth recruiting.
Yeah. I bet the busiest one, if I put a guess on it, would be maybe that Brookings on that Thursday night against Brookings Blizzard. Because Blizzard always have a couple of high-end recruits, I feel like, too. And maybe the Rebels on Saturday, because everybody's bumping Friday, Saturday, and they want to get final games in.
Yeah, so what are you looking forward to, Nick? This is now, your 4th showcase?
Yeah, it's crazy. I'll go away. I mean, obviously the scouting part's cool, but just give another perspective, I like seeing the faces that you get to reunite with. Like, obviously, the teammates get to reunite with some of their old teammates and friends from the younger times. I'm sure I'll run into Rooney and Potter down the road.
100%.
So that's really cool. I like seeing the Arizona State staff who's there. It's just a good overall trip. Like, it's fun to be in the rink pretty much 7 hours a day, like doing some work, watching some games, working the Brahmas games. But I think overall I'm looking forward to just like seeing the faces who come back.
Yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense. So it'll be a good reunion. I'm sure Rooney will be checking up on his old team.
Oh, yeah.
Critiquing Justin Hale's performance. And Potter will be as well. So that's good. I mean, I can't say I'm really looking forward to anything. I'm staying here. I will literally be the sole guy here, I think, from the Brahmas organization.
Hold down.
Looking forward to getting those tickets right.
Scott's
You and
going.
Scott.
He's going up there, I believe.
Yeah, I think he is too. Well, Frank's flying out now,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
he's got the governor's meeting or whatever it is too before.
He's an important person.
He's
Yeah.
an important person.
So,
VIP.
so I'll keep the ship going down here. So I guess I could say I'm looking forward to
We'll send you a postcard.
quiet. Yeah, send me a postcard.
We'll do it. We'll actually do that.
Literally put it in the mail. That would
How
be
about a
great.
potato gram?
Potatoes.
But once the showcase is over, that's 6 of the first 12 games. The first 12 games on the road, pretty unheard of. I think if you want to put that in percentages, what is that, like 20% of the season?
Yeah.
I
Good
mean,
math. Good
yeah.
math.
I mean,
It
so
is.
20% of the season is done on the road before you ever have a home game. So by the end of the showcase, to have half of that in the bag will be good and get closer towards hockey, because it doesn't really feel like hockey till you have home games.
Right.
I mean, you guys could say something different about it, having just been on the road, but the home games. And speaking of home games, while you're gone, we're going to be making some changes right out here behind us.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we've ordered some new seating that's going to come in, and
Nice.
so that'll be at the north end of the arena, sections W and V, that used to have just bleachers. I mean, that's all they are. They're bleachers.
Yeah.
So now they're going to have actual fold-down seats.
Nice.
It's going to be good. So
That's cool.
we'll be working on that.
That's neat.
Yeah, that'll be a nice addition. Well, obviously, there's a big change to the schedule after the holiday season, which we really wanted to hit on. February 3rd, a little change for the fans, huh?
Yes.
was nice.
So throwback night, yeah, you like that? Throwback night is gone. We threw it back into the
Past.
the mixer.
Where it goes. Where it belongs.
And we absolutely we
Switching
have but we're gonna keep the jersey auction
Nice.
theme going.
Nice.
And it's gonna now be casino night.
Boom.
Boom. Oh hi. Casino night at the NITEC Sports Center. So this is gonna be big, grand production. We're gonna have a couple dozen blackjack tables, roulette tables, craps.
So in other words,
poker.
we'll see you there. Can we simultaneously broadcast and play, or what?
I can take over the broadcast if you want to hold down the table.
That sounds good.
We could,
Just
we
switch
could
off
alternate.
intermissions. Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be a full-on casino. We've got a really professional casino company that's going to transform that room. I think the theme that we're going to go with is kind of like a hoedown type vibe. Like we're going to literally have sections of the turf that will set aside, maybe border with hay bales to make it look like a barnyard type
That's cool.
environment for the food. So there'll be food and drink and whatnot. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's a benefit for youth hockey here in the area, scholarships and equipment and whatnot. And you'll see more information coming out about tickets coming soon. But the coolest part about it is we're gonna do a casino jersey, which in my 10 years with the team we've never done. I don't think we've done one prior to in the Fort Worth days. So who knows? This is going to be a pretty wild jersey. I mean, you could probably expect the cliche casino things like poker chips, cards, dice. I don't think it's going to be more of a dirty, dark Vegas theme with like hookers and drugs and things like that on the jerseys. I think we'll keep it more PG.
Whoa, there's one way to get attention.
No, we'll come up with
TSN.
something. Yeah, I mean, it's I'm conflicted on it.
This junior team.
Do you really
North
want to
Richmond
go
Hills,
viral?
Texas.
You could really go viral with a casino night thing.
Is the back of their pants a bikini?
But so we'll have a really cool one-of-a-kind jersey. And, who knows? Do we do it next year? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. We know we're going to do it February 3rd. So, and it'll be after the game, the jersey auction, of course. And we're thinking about doing like some sort of rock and roll WWE-style player intros for it with, all sorts of smoke and lights and DJ blaring and going really nuts. So it'll be fun.
You
Fun
don't
time.
want to miss it, is what Chad is
Yeah, that
saying.
sounds like a blast.
It's going to be a blast. And I know we did that in 08, 09, and there's a lot of cool prizes that were out there. One of the players actually won a Nintendo Wii. And, and tried to put it on the bus, because it's like motion sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put it on the bus.
It wasn't working.
I don't know how that was working out for them, but they tried to play that going down the road. And,
That's awesome. Probably get knocked over.
Just a disaster. I think it made it maybe a week or two before it was
Some of our
broken.
players cannot, in fact, gamble. They're too young for it.
This is true. This is
Sorry
very true.
Unless
to-
they are in certain states.
But Texas is where this one is going to take
We
place.
apologize to those who cannot gamble.
Apologies. Those who cannot gamble can clean the locker room. I don't know.
Rookies.
We'll find something.
They can
Get a good night's sleep.
bartender.
Prepare for the next battle.
Jesus.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to casino night. That's going to be big, and it's going to make some unique jersey auctions this year. You got to have your military appreciation one, but with the casino night,
Yep.
and then a month later, the St. Patrick's Day ones, we could have
Yes.
some wild Brahma jerseys
Yes.
floating around here.
No, it's going to be a great time in Brahmaland. I think the fans will eat that one up, I hope. I think we will certainly do a fun job of sharing it.
Yep.
And obviously, Chad said more info to come, so that's just a little taste for you guys. Definitely get excited. Put that in your calendar. Circle it now. Plus, it's Super Bowl weekend, so it's a perfect way to spend a Saturday before Super Bowl Sunday. At least in my opinion, it might as well.
It's Super Saturday.
It is Super Saturday.
And look, let's face it, the Cowboys are not going to be in the Super Bowl this year.
Whoa. Well, based on performance a couple nights ago, they certainly won't be.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That was a tough one. But I guess final thoughts. We want to make it quick. One more thing to shout out is November 12th.
Yep.
Is the Brahmas annual golf outing.
Indeed.
So you can get all the information on that through the Brahmas social media here this week as well. We'll break info on how to sign up or become a sponsor of that, get a team, a foursome out, and play with the Brahmas over at Sky Creek Ranch. That's always a blast, and that's right after a couple of home games against Amarillo. So a good Sunday afternoon outing, never hurt anybody.
And I might add, Sky Creek has been closed all summer while they renovated. They had under new ownership, so a lot of things are getting replaced. Bridges are being replaced. The greens are all being replaced.
Nice.
A lot. I mean, not that it was in bad shape or
No,
anything
pretty
like
good
that.
shape, actually.
Yeah, but they've put a lot of money into it, and so for a lot of these guys, it'll be the first look at the new and improved Sky Creek. So bring it.
Megan, got anything else fun?
I have nothing else fun.
You ready for your wake-up call to get on the flight?
Guys are resting. Everybody's resting, getting prepared
I'm ready
for a
to
busy
go.
weekend.
I'm not going to forget my laptop at security this time,
Oh.
which is what I did going to Duluth, for those who do not know that.
Maybe you do need to forget your laptop at security. Maybe that's a good omen.
That's true. It worked last time.
I know, but last time I flew Southwest, and they you can change your flight for free. So it didn't really cost me anything except stress and time. Whereas this time it might actually cost me cash money.
That's true.
And I'm not as big on that idea.
Plus, the reason we won the Robbie, which we're convinced, besides being a good team, Megan, me, and Rebecca all kind of joined. And we sacrificed your sends in all of our NHL teams.
We literally, Rebecca sacrificed the Stars, and I sacrificed the Capitals.
We were sitting there and we're like, oh, Chad's on the block now. It's him against the Penguins. Like, if Senators win, the Brahmas may not win the cup here. And then all of a sudden, Penguins win, and we're like, well, that stinks. But all right, at least the Brahmas got a shot.
And the Sens will not be in that position again this year.
Carlson's hurt.
He'll be back in November.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. EK.
So you start.
And he'll still have 80 points, and he'll still
You're
get
right.
Is he
denied.
still eligible for us? He can come
He'll come play.
rehab with us.
No.
Rehab with the Brahmas.
Maybe he has a little brother who's a little better than Klingberg's little brother.
Oh.
Just saying.
And on that note.
Hey, also, folks, don't forget September 22nd, coming to a theater near you.
The Lloyd.
It is the Lloyd, who will become the Green Ninja and battle.
What's my name? Say it again. Harmonize my name, nerds. Dominate.
He sounds scary, that Garmadon. Watch out for him when you're up in Blaine, guys. And with that, we're going to slow clap you out of here.
When darkness falls across your town and the big bad monsters come around, when skeletons rise up from the ground.